This time around, you might not be walking completely into a fight. It could just be like a village people fight. A fool uttereth all his mind, but the wise keepeth it all in until afterwards. Hello guys, welcome once again to Greater's channel. I'm beyond excited as always to have you back here. If you're new here, if you're just stopping by here for the first time, my name is Greater and I am a Nigerian currently living in Alberta, Canada as a permanent resident. And to my OGs, thank you very much for coming back once again. Today's video is a bit of a shift from how to come to Canada to one of our cultural beliefs when it comes to traveling. Japa. If you're not Nigerian, you might be hearing me say the word japa, which means to immigrate to another country. It means to travel to another country. Like when you leave your country and move over to go start your life in another country, it means japa. So you'll be hearing me use the word japa or to travel. This topic is kind of like a controversial one. I don't know, it's been something that's been on my mind for the longest time, and I just decided to talk about it today, which is telling people about your japa plans while you're in the process and also before you travel. If you're big on Instagram, you would hear stories of how friends travel. You'll hear people write letters to blogs saying that my very childhood friend traveled without telling me that she was traveled, and she only called me when she was at the country she traveled to tell me that, babe, I have left the country, or guy, I don't come out for country. So I've been thinking about it and I decided to do a video on this issue, saying that I also passed through the process. So based on popular opinion, is it okay to tell people about your japa plans? And when I mean people, not just like the whole world or the whole community, your friends, the people in your inner circle, is it okay to tell them about your japa plans when you are in the process, or you would rather not talk to them about it? In this video, I'll be discussing of 5 points in total. 3 for keeping your plans private, and 2 why it might be okay to just share your plans in some certain way. Please ensure you watch with me to the very end, and let's share our opinions, as I'll be expecting you to share your point of view in the comment section. Let's start with the first aspect, which will be reasons why it is very important to keep your japa or travel plans private. The first one, which I believe it's a very popular opinion, would be avoiding negative energy. It's a popular belief that sharing your plans can attract negative energy from even people you consider friends, and also create discouragement. Of course, you just want somebody to always be there to encourage you, to tell you, I think you should still give it a go, even when things are not working so perfectly fine. But sometimes there could just be negativity around, which is like a popular belief, and other things. So that's one of the major reasons why people would say just keep your plans private. In Nigeria, I would say village people, you don't know who village people they follow, you don't know who village people are doing. So that is one of the parts I would talk about. To buttress this point, or to support this point, I just want to quickly quote some scriptures from the book of Proverbs in the Holy Bible. If you're not a Christian, if you're from another religion, please don't be discouraged, because the book of Proverbs is like a book of wisdom, and this can also, you can also gain a point or gain a lesson from this. A verse in the book of Proverbs, I'll be quoting the particular chapter, and the verse here says that a fool's lips walks into a fight, and his mouth invites beating. This time around, you might not be walking completely into a fight. It could just be like a village people fight, a spiritual fight, a negative energy fight. So that's one of the reasons why people would always say keep your japa plans to yourself. Also in Proverbs chapter 29 verse 11, it says, a fool uttereth all his mind, but the wise keepeth it all in until afterwards. So it's not just a generic saying amongst people. Even the Holy Bible, which is like a guide for our lives as Christians, also says that it's good that we keep things to ourselves. You know, there's this popular wise quote that says that if you want to get married, keep short. If you're getting married, keep short. If you're doing this, keep short. If you're doing that, keep short until everything comes to pass. Later on in this video, I'll be giving my own personal examples. The second point for keeping your plans private would be for security reasons. So many times we've heard stories of a friend or someone getting wind of the fact that another person is about to achieve something or to progress in certain condition or in certain areas, and what happens, they set a terrible trap. You hear stories of, oh, this person few weeks or 1 month to doing this, to traveling outside the country, to getting married, or to going for a scholarship abroad, suddenly drowned in a swimming pool while with his friends or something like that. Or maybe the person is relayed and killed or whatever, not just in Africa but also in other countries. So security reasons would be one of the reasons why people just prefer to keep their plans private, especially when you have children. Of course, you know it's very necessary to prep the mind of your children, but we all know that sometimes children, even when they promise to keep in those secrets, they are unable to. So you see them go to school and say, my mommy said we are going to Canada very soon, guess what? And before you know, the story flies. Then the third one, which is something that resonates so deeply with me, would be to avoid unnecessary pressure. Guys, I can testify to this. Like, I can really say that this was one thing I felt. This was one thing that affected me as regards letting people know about your japa plans. I'm the kind of person, not bragging about it or not being boastful, but I see myself as a loyal friend. Like, if I don't make friends easily. I don't call everyone my friend. If I know you're my acquaintance, until I have this deep relationship with you, then I can call you my friend. The word friend is a big word for me. So if you're my friend, I try to be loyal, and if you're someone very close to me, I would not leave you in the dark. So if you're in my close circle, like really close circle, I try to just let you know that, oh, see, oh, I have something like this going on, so that in case it happens, you're not surprised. It so happened that I kind of told my very close friends, not so many people, just very few people in my circle, that, okay, see, I had this thing I was pursuing. That was when I started the process in 2018. Another reason why I would think I kind of mentioned it to my friends is so that I also carry them along in case they are interested. So 2018, 2019, 2020, you can imagine all of these years, something I told people about wasn't coming to fruition. In fact, there was no headway. So you imagine people asking questions, how far now, how in they go, like with all the failures. So it got to a point, I just decided to just keep mute. Like, I decided to say, okay, you know what, go back to this thing out, and when it comes out, you can then tell people that, oh, that thing we talked about has finally come to pass. After all, they have an idea, they will not be caught unaware. That was what I did, but I really felt pressured. The pressure from them wasn't a deliberate thing, but just, advising and asking, and you explain to this one, you explain to that one, you explain to that one, you explain to this one. Even if it's 4 people or 5 people, it can really be a burden. So this is one of the reasons why people will just keep their plans to themselves. Aside the village people syndrome, which is the negativity, the security reasons, unnecessary pressure is also something, particularly when that thing doesn't work out. Guys, this leads me now to the second part of this video, which I would want to tag balancing secrecy with necessary disclosure. Yeah, you don't want to tell people, but it gets to a point you just know that there are sometimes you need people's help, financial help, people's advice, and you don't know who might know who that has like tips or solution for whatsoever you're going through. So that is where being able to balance things up comes into play. So the number one thing I want to talk about here would be selective sharing. Selective sharing. Oh, for those people that have, they call everybody their friends. I don't know, but maybe this might be where you might have issues with. So I think it would have something like selective sharing, having trusted individuals you can confide in, you can share your problems with, you can share your challenge with or your challenges with, and they have something to say to you. Even though they don't have an experience in the japa thing, they might know someone they will talk to that would help you. You remember the proverb that says, tell me who your friend is, or show me your friend and I will tell you who you are. Like, the kind of circle you have would also determine the kind of people you can tell things in confidence, and they will not just keep those things, they would also be there to advise you and to hold, like to give you some kind of moral support when the going is not really going good at that point. Number 2 point in this aspect would be timing. Having the best time to inform necessary parties or necessary friends would help you mitigate potential risks, potential troubles. Yeah, like you just say, okay, I know that I have this thing, I know that this thing is really a burden to me, but I still wouldn't want to share with anyone. I would rather wait for it to materialize before I share with this circle of friends. Yeah, they might be surprised that, hey, now wow, so this thing they go on, tell me. At least you are telling them before you left, right? Before you traveled. So for me, I decided to give it time. Like, when things now materialized, that was when I told my very closest friends. I already had an idea that I was leaving, even the ones that didn't know that I was leaving, but because I respected the relationship I had with them before I left the country, I just called them up, or I sent messages to tell them that, oh, see, I am leaving, or this is it. And to the best of my knowledge, they were happy for me. That's why I really do not understand when I hear people say, oh, my best friend traveled without telling me. That means the person was never your friend, not to talk about being your best friend. So guys, I would like to hear from you. Have you ever left a country without telling someone you call your friend? Have you ever left the country? Have you ever jackpot without telling someone you once called your friend, like a very good friend? Guys, I really believe that negative energy, envy and jealousy can be devilish, can pull down a plan. Like, negative thoughts of people can pull down a plan. Even the Bible says that where envy and self-ambition is, there is bound to be disorder and evil practice. Yes, so it might not be like a vocal thing, it might not be like a vocalized thing, but the thoughts of the heart and all of that can impede whatsoever activity. I strongly believe in that. That's why it's very necessary that we are careful. In spite of this, I'm of the opinion that we should have people that we can talk to. So guys, what do you think? Do you think that it's okay to tell people about your plans, friends, family members, loved ones, relations? Do you think it's okay to tell people about your plans? Even church members, is it okay to tell them about your plans? Did you japa without telling anybody? Please, I would really love for you to share your thoughts with me in the comment section. And also, please do not forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Please do not forget to subscribe. Like this video, it helps with my YouTube algorithm. Share with me. I would like to know, what do you think about telling people, informing people before about your japa plans while you're in the process, and also before you travel out of your country. Thank you. And until the next time, I bring to you another interesting video as regards one of the cultural beliefs we have back in Africa or in my country about japaing. Thank you. Stay blessed and have a wonderful week ahead.
Almighty God, creator of all, there is no one like you. You are magnificent, holy and true, Alpha and